Some people have seen where God has brought you from. They don't really understand it. They don't know your story.
Hello, and welcome to You Don't Know My Story, a monthly television series where people come on and they talk about their ins, their outs, their ups, and their downs. So we talk about basically everything here. Today, I have some very special guests that are going to be in a stage play called The Pandemic. But before we get to them, we go through my little monologue, and we're going to start off with the shooting in Indiana. There was a gunman that killed 3 people. Thank God that it was a young man that had a permit to carry, and he happened to have his gun, and he shot and killed the gunman. One of the things I kind of like that, but then I kind of don't like that because we're not the Wild Wild West. And see, that's where it end up, like we're in the Wild Wild West. You know, people with these permits and think they can just do whatever they want to do. We already got too many mass shootings and mass killings as it is. You know, you had the cops over, I forgot where it was, but they shot this young man 60 times. 60 times. It takes 60 bullets to kill one man? Come on now. That was just too much. Over in Ukraine, the Russians are bombing citizens now. They done got out of bombing the cities. Now they're bombing the citizens. They're killing citizens. And, I mean, it's just so much going on in this world. This world is really, really crazy right now. But it has been already foretold that all of this was going to come about. I just pray every day that, when Jesus comes back, he take me with him. Take me to my castle. I can't wait. I ain't asking him for it right now, but I can't wait to go home. This is not my home. This is not any of our home. We're only here temporarily. So, Jennifer Lopez got married over the weekend. She married Ben Affleck. They were dating some time ago, and, they went their separate ways. She ended up marrying somebody else, and she had children, so forth and so on. And, then they got a divorce, and then she got another guy. She was engaged to him, left him, now she's with Ben. So now they secretly got married over the weekend down in Las Vegas. So I hope the woman is happy. I hope he's happy. They both went through some stuff, so I just pray and hope that everything goes well. So without that, not without that, but that's my monologue for today. So when we come back, I have the cast from The Pandemic that will be on my stage. Okay, we'll be right back after this. Okay, we're back. I have 2 of the main characters in the upcoming Pandemic, the stage play. I have to my right, and to your left on the television, I have Cleo, who will be playing Olivia Green, Mama Green, and Lawrence Young, who will be playing Pop Green. These are 2 of the major characters in the upcoming stage play. So, if y'all don't mind, just tell the audience a little bit about y'all character and who y'all are.
Hi, I'm Cleo Coulter, and I play Mom Green, Olivia. I'm a matriarch in training, and I love my family, try to keep them grounded, and try to be the best mom that I could possibly be. And I also have open arms for my kids if they ever need to come back home.
Okay, Mr. Young.
My name is Lawrence Young. I play Pop Green and the family. I try to keep the family together. When they're having trouble, something they can't handle, they always run to the man of the household. I try to keep them out of trouble, so sometimes it happens, just like any father would do nowadays. And whether it's good or bad, I still try to help them so they can have a better day the next day. And I tell them not to worry about it. Everything is going to be all right. And just hang in there and have your patience. That's what I try to tell them.
Well, I guess that's good advice. Yes, Miss Cleo, Mama Green, and we'll call you Mama Green because that's who you play. What do you think about this pandemic? I mean, this stuff began something like 4 or 5 years ago, and where we are today.
Well, when it first started, I was kind of skeptical, and I didn't think I could be touched by it. But then when I was called and laid off my job, I seen how real it was. And then as the numbers rise, I seen how real it truly was. And today, I think there's still people that are unaware how vicious this pandemic is. You know, because some people are still not getting shot, some people still not keeping 6 feet. I mean, people are not following the protocol. But it's very real.
Mr. Young, Pop Green.
I didn't want to get the shot at first. To be honest with you, there were people getting sick around people that I know, and I decided to go and get the shot. And people around me was telling me not to get the shot because they said they didn't know how good the shot was to keep you alive. But I got the shot anyhow to save myself. And I think that's what we have to do when the pandemic was here. And we shouldn't really be scared because at that time a lot of people were dying on a daily basis. And it's really up to us to save our own self. Nobody can really save ourselves, but only you.
Well, I mean, if you really, really kind of look at it, it's like people are not being honest about this particular thing. You're kind of skeptical to go into large crowds because, you know, if somebody it happened to us a few weeks ago, you know, we were in a situation like that. And, you know, thank God that, you know, we were in the position to find out that we were safe. But it's a scary thing because, you know, not knowing and people are not being honest about this thing. When we were young, in order for us to go to school, we had to get shots.
Yes.
We had to get shots for that. You know, and half of we didn't know what was in those vials at that particular time.
No, we
People
didn't.
are so busy worrying about what is and what isn't. I trust the scientists more than I trust anybody else. You know, I mean, besides God. I mean, He's first and foremost in my life. But God said, don't be stupid neither. You know, same thing that's happening here happened back in the Egyptian days when Moses did that last decree, and he told the Pharaoh, he says, I'm not going to do it, you're going to do it. And when he made that last decree about the firstborn being killed, the fool didn't realize he was talking about his own kid.
Yes, yes.
And then when God told Moses to tell the people to put the blood over the door, was a reason why. It was so that the death angel could not enter their house.
Right.
And
Yes.
you had people that were skeptical about that. I mean, you know, it was like when the governor came out and he seen the blood over the door, he said, what's this? What all this? But see, Joshua, the woman that he was in love with, was in their house. And she was the firstborn. So if he had not done that, she would have died. But see, the governor didn't think like that. And that's how we are today. It's so many people that creates a panic within ourselves, you know, by telling you certain things, the right from wrong. I'm not listening to, we lost 1.5 million and maybe more people and still losing them on a daily basis. You know, I lost two deacons from my church. You know, and I remember one deacon when he went in the hospital, he said that, you know, I used to call him up and we used to pray over the phone and stuff like that. And he says, Minister Jackson, he says, when I come out of the hospital, I'm going to get my shot. And the day he said that, the next day he went on the ventilator. And 2 days later he was dead. So he didn't get a chance to, you know, do what he's supposed to do. But all I'm saying is that we just got to be aware, and this is what this play is about. This play is not to try to force you to change your mind about anything. It's just telling you what our family, the Green family, was going through. You know, because we have skeptical people in that also. So look, I appreciate you guys coming on. I know y'all ready. I know y'all ready for this play.
We're excited.
Y'all excited?
I'm
You
excited.
excited?
I'm excited.
All
Yeah.
right, that's what I hear. That's what I like. So I want to thank both of you for coming on.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
study lives. Get ready.
Thank you.
We get ready to get them people something that they ain't never had before.
You're right.
All right? And with that, we'll be right back. Hey, we're back. I have 2 more of the cast members from the stage play The Pandemic. I got 2 buddies here. They grew up together. One's name is Bodine, but he goes by Michael Allen. That's his true name. and Keith Urban. He goes by the name of Peanut Butter. Now these are two scheming, conniving brothers that want to make money. They ain't letting no pandemic get in the way of them making their money. No. I'm not gonna say no more about it. I want to let them say it themselves. I'm gonna start off with Mr. Allen.
Yes, my name is Michael Allen, and truly it's an honor to be a part of the pandemic. First of all, I want to thank you for that, the honor to be in character. Bodine actually is a character that was tailor-made for me. It's something that I can identify with. You know, because growing up in the projects, all we did was plan on how we gonna get up out of these projects. You know, so all of our lives we look for ways to, you know, get rich quick.
Right.
You know, and a lot of them wasn't the right way. So me and Peanut Butter, we hit it right off. we gonna go get that money. Yeah. And so the character Bodine is one that not only I can identify with, but Bodine started off really hitting home because I was skeptical about this whole COVID thing too. Mm-hmm. You know, now I was working down in Cincinnati when it first hit, and so until people start dropping in apartment buildings, and they would start taking them out in body bags, I really didn't, you know, take the seriousness of it. When that happened, then I started saying, well, where's my mask? Where's my gloves? I wanted all the safety precautions after that, because I said, wait a minute, now, I ain't willing to die to be the maintenance man. And my supervisor was playing me, because he was sending me in units that were hot.
Okay.
And so on one particular day, you know, I said, well, is y'all paying for any new masks? He said, we ain't paying for nothing. I need you to go on this. I said, no, we ain't doing it today. He said, what you mean we ain't doing it today? I said, I'm taking the day off. He said, you take the day off? He said, don't come back. I handed him the keys.
Amen.
And I started my own business because I said it's not worth dying for.
I understand.
You know, so that's where I was at.
Mr. Urban, Peanut Butter, the man. Peanut Butter.
Yeah. This is my second run with Mr. Jackson and the Green family.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited. It's different than the first one, but it's still that same, you know, family thing. Yes. So, I get a thrill out of playing, especially with Bodine, because now we're on this new venture of making that paper, because that's what we do.
That's what we do, baby.
So, you know, we're kind of taking advantage of the pandemic. You know what I mean, to make some money on it, but at the same time we're learning about how serious it is, and now it's not about making paper; it's about keeping our people safe.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So it's a lesson.
Yes,
you know what I mean? As he said, there's a lesson in our music. Yeah. So there's a lesson in this play.
And you know, that's the whole thing about this play. The play is a lesson.
Yes.
It's you know, just to get people to understand how serious this thing is. As you know, like I said, you know, if you're not watching the news every day, I watch the news. If I don't watch nothing else, that's one of the best things I watch. And you can see it spiking again. We got the monkeypox, and we got all this other stuff that's happening. And you know, we just gotta, because we can't see it. You can't see none of this stuff with your naked eye.
Right.
You know, and the world that we live in, it's just so much stuff that's happening. One of the things that, you know, as we was going through rehearsal and stuff, when you come up with this thing, this gimmick about these masks, every time I hear y'all do that part, it just takes me out when y'all do that part. I can't wait for people to see this thing when you're talking about the face mask.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So. It's a lot of stuff in there, man, that if people pay attention, hopefully they'll get a lesson out of it.
Yes, sir.
And this is what we're here to do. We're here to send out a message. That's
right.
all.
And sell masks, so
$5. You say $5.
And tickets too.
I
want you to get your ticket because this lesson. All right.
We can't do that.
All right. So, with the lesson that we learned, one thing that I really want people to do is take this performance, because it's not a play.
Right.
This is not a play thing. The pandemic is real.
Amen.
We're still in it. And so we want to convey with authentic sincerity our characters.
Yep.
We want our characters to be so real that people take notice to our characters.
Right.
And the things that we're going through as a life lesson.
Right.
You know, because I grieve real hard and I become a believer in this thing, man. I'm a doubter. I'm a skeptic all throughout the play.
All right.
You know, I'm telling everybody, I don't think it's all that. I got to go about making my money. I got to get this. I got to do that. And all about me, right?
Right.
But man, when that thing hit home,
Mhm.
man, it
That's-
changed me,
that's
man.
the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
It took me to a deep spot.
Yeah,
boy.
that's the whole thing when it hits home.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's happening around you and happening to somebody else, oh, I feel sorry for them, I'm sorry to
Right.
hear that. But when it hits home, you know, that's when you start realizing that things are real.
It's real.
Well, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on the
You already
show.
know, man.
I
Yeah, no
enjoyed
doubt.
it.
We can't wait.
Yeah, I know you can't wait. I know.
Hey,
I can't wait for you to do it.
No
Amen.
surprise, but
So-
I spent $40 on this outfit. And I want y'all to
Oh,
Well,
peanut
look,
butter,
look,
$40.
I thank you both for coming on. And with that, we'll be right back.
All right.
Well, I have some more cast members on the stage play the pandemic. Right now, I have the matriarch. I have the head of the household, the mother of the household, the lady that knows everything. Have you seen our first play? She was grandma. Grandma knows everything. And I also have Georgette, sassy Georgette, the daughter, the diva. You know, she's the diva of the family. And then we also have Chastity. Chastity, her dad is Junior. He's not around right now, but he's somewhere. But she's been with the Green family since she was young, and she's always been a midst of the family. So without further ado, I want to have them say a little bit about their character and who they are. So let's start off with Grandma. Great Grandma, come on, give it to them.
Okay, I am Charlotte Harris, and I have been cast in the role of Grandma. And as has been said, I'm the matriarch of the family, and I know everything. And so I'm a good listener, and I let the members of my family know
All right.
what they need to do.
All right, then. That's what I'm talking about. That's the matriarch. And remember, your camera's over this way. So make sure you look that way. Don't worry, I'll cut this out. But anyhow, coming up next is Georgette, the diva. She's married to the millionaire, but she had to leave him again. He ain't doing right. He over there making money and ain't thinking about her. So she had to come back home to her family where she knows she's in good hands. So without any further ado, Miss Georgette.
Hello, everyone. I am playing the role of Georgette. My name is Yen Owings, and a little bit about my character is I'm the daughter to Papa Green and Mama Green, and I have brothers. I'm the only girl. So,
You're the
A
only
little
girl,
bit
but
about-
aren't you married to a millionaire?
I'm gonna get there.
All right,
I'm
well
gonna
tell them
get
about that
there.
millionaire husband that you having all this trouble with.
So I have a millionaire of a husband, and all he thinks about is making money. We had our shares of ups and downs, but we'll see how that turned out at the show.
Okay, and the next is the lovable Chastity. Now this is Junior's daughter, but she's been with them ever since she was knee high. And she is Junior's daughter, but she's been a member of the Green family ever since she was a baby. Chastity, tell me your story.
So my name's Sharia Flanoy, and I'm playing the role of Chastity. I play a lovable 20-something-year-old who's full of life and love, and she really just loves to get into the kitchen and help her grandma bake.
Okay. That's all she likes to do is just come in the kitchen and bake, she says.
She likes to dance
Oh,
and listen
okay.
to music too.
All right. I'm sure it was a little bit more about Chastity. I know she thinks about her dad and wondering where he's at and what's going on with him and, you know, why he doesn't come home and so forth and so on. So I know it's a little bit more other than just being that 20-something-year-old little girl. I mean, she got cousins, she got all kinds of family members that she's not really talking about. So we have to push her along and get her to tell some more about all that she likes about her great-grandma, her grandma, her grandfather, her uncles, her aunts.
Well, I have great relationships with all my family members, so Yeah, they love me and I love them.
Okay. Now, Miss Charlotte Harris, she played Grandma in my first stage play, Mama Knows a Lot, but Grandma Knows Everything. And this is a kind of continuation from that play, with the Green family. But now we're dealing with the pandemic. The skepticalness about it, the believers, the non-believers. And it doesn't really hit home until something tragedy has to happen. And that's normally how things happen. When something happens bad, that's when people start realizing how bad this pandemic is. We lost 1 million and some odd people, probably still losing people today. I've lost some friends, through this pandemic, this COVID-19. And a lot of it was skeptical, a lot of it was non-believing. And one of the worst things that I always thought about this thing was this ventilator. I always said when I hear about people going on the ventilator, not too many people came off of it. And the ones that did come off of it end up still being sickly for a long period of time. So I just hope that the message that we're trying to bring through this play with the actors that are portraying these different roles, that, like I said, I'm not out to push nobody this way or that way. I'm just hoping that we would get a better grip on what's going on. I think that's the reason why the outbreak is coming the way it's coming again, because, I heard it's only 71% of the world population, well, the United States population, that's unvaccinated. 71%. Can you imagine? Now you see why we're in the predicament that we're in, because people are so skeptical. But if it's saving your life, it's not saying that you can't catch this thing, okay? It's just like a cold now. If you go around somebody that's unvaccinated and they have it, you're going to catch it. But guess what? It's just like a common cold. When you catch a cold, what you do? Stay away from people, right? That's what this thing is. You stay away from people. Stay away from, if you're vaccinated and you're boosted. It's like a common cold now. So we have to take it, but the seriousness about it is that people are not really taking this thing serious. Like I said earlier, when I go into the grocery markets, I don't go in without my mask. I got my mask. I don't know them people. I don't know all them people standing behind me, breathing over me and all this kind of stuff. I know I was in the store one time, and this guy was all up on my back. I said, bro, excuse me, can you just back up a little bit? And I'm not trying to be smart. I don't know you.
All right.
You don't know me. But can you just back up a little bit? And people get an attitude. They get an attitude about this thing. If you really look at the population and the people that lost their lives, if you really check into it, it's more blacks than anything else. It's more blacks that lost their lives to this pandemic. Behind the fact of being skeptical. When we were young, didn't you get vaccinated when you were young to go to school? Didn't you vaccinate your children?
Yes.
Did you ask them people at that place when you vaccinated your children, did you say, excuse me, before you give them that needle, what's in the jug? What's in it? You ain't asked them then. So, but now all of a sudden, you're worried about what's in it. If it's going to save your life, that's what you worry about. That's all you need to know. It's going to save your life. It's going to keep you out of the hospital. And that's the message that we're trying to bring across with this play, The Pandemic. And I hope people really get an understanding of where we're trying to go. Like I said, we're not trying to, hey, look, I ain't trying to convince you to do nothing that you don't want to do. You know what you need to do. So before we leave, is there anything else you ladies would like to say before you leave? Is there anything, Grandma Green? Any advice you want to give out? Anything you want to say as far as the family is concerned, and what's your role? And
Well, just that family's important.
Okay.
And it's good that we come together when we need to come together. We have fun, and we're together when we need to support each other. And that is much of the message of this play as well.
Okay.
Family.
Georgette?
What I'd like to say is, in this role, I feel like I have the best mother and father in the world, because no matter how old I've gotten and whatever I needed, there was always a place to call home for me with a bedroom.
Chastity?
I'd like to say that this is a really important play. The pandemic is something that we're still currently dealing with. So a lot of it's going to be relatable. A lot of it's going to be funny. There's going to be some highs and some lows. And I can't wait till you guys see it.
All right. Well, I thank all three of you. I can't wait to see y'all do y'all thing. I know it's going to be fantastic, and I just can't wait. And I'm sure the people out there can't wait. So everyone that'll be watching this program is listening to what y'all say, and I know they're coming to see the play. So with that, we'll be right back. I have two more members of the stage play The Pandemic. I have Erica, and I have her husband, who is the youngest son, and his name is Edward. But it's going to be a surprise in this. It's a surprise with this one. So I ain't telling you nothing. You just have to come see it. If you want to see the surprise, come see the play, and you'll see the surprise. But without any further ado, I want to turn it over to them right now, and then, so they can tell you a little bit about their character and who they play. I want to start off with Erica.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Talea Noble, and I have the honor of playing Erica in the play, The Pandemic, written, of course, by the one and only Mr. Cortez Jackson. I believe that Erica is, she is a ball of light and love, of unconditional love in the family. She brings a message of, she brings laughter, and I think that she has a piece of the glue that keeps everybody connected. She and her husband have been through some things, and she is not afraid to express and to show that love, even though relationships can get complicated, that love conquers all. And I believe that that's a major part of her role in this play.
You know, some of the things that you're saying, you make me feel like you was in my first play. Because with some of the things you just said in my first play, Eric and Edward was going through some stuff. You know, Edward, they had separated for a minute. There was some things that was going on, and it's like you was there, but you wasn't there, but you was there. So I don't know where you getting it from, but wherever you got it from, you on the right track. You on the right track.
I do my homework on you.
All right, all right. Yeah, that's good. Now, the gentleman on my left to my right on TV, Mr. Richard Davis. He's a great singer. He's a very good actor. He has the opportunity of doing some great things in this play, and he plays Edward, the youngest son of the family, and he's married to Erica. So without any further ado, Mr. Davis, tell the people a little bit about you and what you play.
Well, Cortez, Richard L. Davis is my name, and in this play I'm playing Edward, the husband of Erica. And of course, you know, we go through things in relationships, you know, but love wins out overall. And for me, the key to that is my love for my family, my wife and children. You know, that's the key, and family in general, you know, because without family, you know, people are alone, and you have a lot of people who wish they could go home to their families and can't, and things, you know. But this role here, you know, is challenging, you know. But I'm looking forward to meeting the challenge, and just hope that we can come together. And it's dealing with the pandemic, as you know, and everything is going on, and people have lost a lot of family members to this disease, you know. So we have to stick together and help one another, encourage one another to do what's right in this pandemic, to stay alive, you know. Now, I know it's a point in time for me to leave, but I'm here right now. And yesterday's gone and tomorrow's not promised, but I'm here right now. So I just want to do, you know, and in this play it shows that, because we never know when something's going to happen, and we just got to go forward and do what's right, you know, and like you said, be supportive to the family, you know. And like I'm saying, playing the husbands of Erica, you know, is challenging, you know, and everything, but it's rewarding in a sense too. So I just look forward to doing this play and hoping people can get the message from it, you know, overall, you know, as far as family's concerned and the pandemic is concerned, so we can just look out for one another and do what we're called to do. And this is what I'm looking at, you know. So hopefully this would come through to the audiences and everything, and it would take effect on them, you know.
Good. I like that. You know, the thing about it is this, what I want people to understand and the message that we will be bringing to the folks that do come to the play to see the play is a message of hope and believe. We're not guaranteed to see the day tomorrow. We're not guaranteed it. We're not even guaranteed to wake up in the morning. But you know, we have a God that loves us. And he gives us different warnings. We just got to be open-minded to hear his message. When he's trying to tell you something, don't go left when he's telling you to go right. But a lot of times we do that because we have an adversary here on this earth that can convince you to do things that you ain't supposed to do. So, without giving away anything, now y'all do have 2 children, but they're away at school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're not here. They're away.
Right.
You know, and you get a in other words, it's like a emergency phone call that brings you to the family.
Right.
You know, brings you back home.
Yeah.
And you know, your wife naturally, she's chugging along with you.
Of course.
But there's some things in there she can't wait to get up out of there. It's too many people. So it's some things in there that I want to tell you, you are going to really enjoy the ride. I mean, we got some laughter, we got some tragedy, and we got a message that I hope people will get out of it. But you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride.
Right, and see, this is the thing with family, you know, the fact that, you know, we get on each other's nerves from time to time, but see, the love seals that so it won't interrupt with the family function, and that's what we have to remember, because without the love, then the family just scatter, and then who do you turn to then, you know, because this world is cruel and cold, and when they know you're alone, that's when they really come down on you, but with family, you know you have somewhere to go. So I can go home to my mama, and she always got my blanket and pillow waiting on me. You know? So I'm just saying, and this is real. I'm talking real. But I'm just saying, but that's what it's about, you know. And I tell my children and grandchildren, where I live, you'll never get cold, you'll never be hungry, and you'll get some sleep. So we just open up your doors and just make the best of what we have, and everyone come together. That's what family's about to me.
Amen.
You know, it's more than just, that's my brother, sister. It's about loving one another and seeing about one another, make sure that everyone's okay.
That's right.
And that's when we come together.
That's right.
And everyone needs to know that.
Absolutely. Well, my final words, I count it an honor, honestly, and a privilege to be here, to be a part of this play, to be a part of the pandemic. I've let people know, even my very own mother, that being in this play is a form of service to our community. It is ministry, for sure. We have ministered one to another. We have also fought. This has not been an easy commitment, but that is exactly what it has been, and our hearts are in. We're all in, and I myself personally, if you will allow me to, I have the honor of playing Erica by chance. Back that up. Is that good?
Yeah.
Well, anywho, so just having the pleasure to be here and having embraced a new family, I'll say that, and preparing for things yet to come.
Yeah.
This has just been a beautiful opportunity that I plan to take full advantage of, and I promise that we plan to leave it all on the stage. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. Come spiritually hungry and ready just to feel the love. You certainly will feel the love from this play.
Can I say this one?
Yeah.
Now, I've been with Brother Cortez here on the 2 previous plays he had, and the first one was Mama Knows a Lot, but Grandma's Know Everything. And it was a joy doing that and meeting and creating new family members. And then also I was on the other play was called You Don't Know My Story, Emergency, and these plays, I enjoy doing them, and the people that I've met, in the course of doing them, was really great. And when I see them, I see their face and everything, and we start reminiscing about what we did. And this is going to be the same way. When I see someone, hey, we might even call them by our stage names, just get that smile. But that's what's good about this. You're creating friends and family, outside of the core family, but that's what's good about it.
Yeah, it is. And, we had a member from Mama Knows a Lot, but Grandma Knows Everything. I can't pronounce his name because he had had one of them African names. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't going to attempt to say it. But he played the role of Junior. And the last time I seen him was here. And but COVID took his life. Right. So we just have to realize that this thing is not a joke. This thing is for real. Yes. It's gonna be here. It ain't going nowhere. But all we have to do is do the right thing. You do the right thing, follow protocols, stop getting an attitude about what people try to tell you what to do. If they tell you to wear a mask, wear a mask. Remember one time we couldn't wear masks. We could not go in no store with no mask on. So, but I'm just saying, it's like anything that's going to save your life, that's going to protect you, because especially people with families. You got to remember, when you go out in this world, you got to go back home. If you're married, you got to go back home to your wife. If you got kids, you got to go home to your kids. So whatever you get out there, you bringing them back home to them. So people have to start understanding that if you got a family, be aware of your surroundings. I ain't saying, be scary, but just be cautious, because there are a lot of unvaccinated and lying people. People are not being honest. And we have to take into consideration, we got to think for the ones that ain't thinking, because see, I don't want to go that way. I like to go the right way if I have to, but I'm just saying, we have to be aware of our surroundings. Well, I enjoyed you guys. I just can't wait for this play. I know y'all are ready. I know y'all can't wait. Y'all on pins and needles right now. So I know we got a little more work to do. We got a little more rehearsal and stuff to do, but I know when the time comes, everything is going to come together. I just trust and believe. God told me. He said He brought this to me, and He ain't going to leave me now. Amen. So I thank you guys so very much for coming on the show. Thank you for having me. With that, we'll be right back with my manager, the sheriff. We'll be back after this. We're back. Now I have the manager for Make a Star Productions, Ms. Wilma Thornton, who has been a great friend from the time that I met her a long time ago, and she's kind of been with me through basically, I think the last 3 plays, right? Something like that? Yes. She's been with me. So, Ms. Wilma, how do you think things are going?
Well, first of all, my name is Wilma Thornton. I am the manager, and I want to thank you for trusting me in this position that I'm in. Mm-hmm. And foremost, I give all the praise and glory to God. Mm-hmm. But I think we are doing an excellent job. I think each and last one of the cast members, everything has been said through them. And I just can't give enough love out to the cast member, because I feel like we are family. And anything that I do, I put God first. So I give my love the way God give it to me. And I am so thankful that we are still here. And when Cortez brought me this play, I had an opportunity to read it before you guys had a chance to see it. And when I read it, I said, oh, this is right on point. We need this, because we was going through so much, losing so many loved ones. And to read the play and understand what is happening in this world, it just brought tears to my eyes and joy at the same time, because to know that we be able to share something that people will be able to understand. And this pandemic is no joke. We have to be serious about what we do in life. And I have family members that has not been vaccinated, but I pray over that too. I cannot let what they're doing stagnate me.
Right.
I have to go forth. And so with that being said, I love the cast members. They're doing an excellent job. You guys keep up the good work. And at the end, the glory will all belong to God.
See, that just goes to show you, look, she's like the mother, because when I'm saying something that I shouldn't say, she always pull me off to the side and let me know. And that's the best thing about her, because sometimes, it's like, it's not an easy job. This is not an easy job, and people don't understand it. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, but still, it ain't easy. I like to get it to the point where it would be easy, but it's not easy. I'll stay up late at night. I wake up in the middle of the night because I got to change this, I got to change that. People don't understand why I'm changing so many things, but there's a reason. God is leading my direction in the things that I'm trying to bring to this play, The Pandemic. And when things change, it's a reason why they change. They change for a reason. And once we start understanding and learning and understanding where we're going and what the whole purpose of the thing is about, like I said, it's not to force anybody to do anything that they don't want to do. That's not our job. But our job is just for them to learn, to give them for a lesson. And this is what this whole play is about. It's a lesson. It's a learning point. It's something for people to understand that we are in a crisis. We really are. If you watch the news, it's rising again. And they're telling people to mask up. And you still got people fussing and screaming and hollering about wearing the mask. Look, I have respiratory problems. Trust me, believe me. Sometimes it's hard for me to breathe sometimes, and I know the reason why. So some of that has to change. But look, if I'm going in a place where there are a lot of people and I don't know you people, I'm massing up. I became Zorro. I don't care what you say. You say whatever you want to say. I'm prepared. I'm protecting myself. Ain't nobody I got to bring home to, go home to. But it's still the fact that I have friends. I have pastor friends. I have other friends that I go around. And if I pick up something and I take it to them, whose fault is it? It's my fault because I wasn't being aware of what's going on. This monkeypox and all this other stuff. Look, y'all ain't heard nothing yet. They getting ready to tell you some more stuff soon. So we just have to be aware and trust in the Lord. Trust God. Like God said, I said before, don't be stupid. Some of the things that is so simple that if we just follow the right directions, this thing we could have this thing under control. If people just did the right thing. They so busy worrying about this and worrying about that. I just look at the lives that we lost, some of the friends that we lost, because I know all of us lost friends somewhere along the line. We lost family members, and we just want, I just want people to understand we are in a battle, we're in a crisis. And hopefully this play will convince some people by seeing that it's a family-oriented type of thing, and it's dealing with family. So with that, I'd like to thank my manager for coming on and doing her thing. Thank you so very much for being a part of my life. And with that, we're going to come back with a terrific singer by the name of Richard Davis. He has a song that he's going to sing, and then we're going to close out the show. Oh, before I go, we are dedicating this show to Miss Sharon Johnson. Miss Johnson was one of my cast members, and I remember meeting her some years ago when her and her mother, matter of fact, auditioned for Mama Knows a Lot, but Grandma Knows Everything. And she had been with me for, I think, our last 3 plays. And tragically, she went on to heaven. I'm not going to get into what happened, but she's no longer with us. So we are dedicating this play to Miss Sharon Johnson. So.
Jesus said, here I stand. Won't you please take my hand? and you said, I will tomorrow. Jesus said, I am he who supply all your needs. And you said, I know, but tomorrow, ooh, tomorrow, I'll give my life tomorrow. I thought about today, but it's so much easier to say tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. Won't you choose the Lord today? For tomorrow very well might be too late. Jesus said, here I stand. Won't you please take my hand? And you said, I will tomorrow. Jesus said, I am he who supplies all your needs. And you said, I know, but tomorrow, oh, tomorrow, promise you tomorrow. Won't you choose the Lord today? Oh, please, don't just turn and walk away. Tomorrow, tomorrow is not promised. Won't you choose the Lord today? For tomorrow very well might be too late. And who say tomorrow will ever come for you? Till you laugh and play and continue on to say tomorrow, forget about tomorrow. Won't you give your life today? Oh, please, don't just turn and walk away. Tomorrow, tomorrow is my promise. Won't you choose the Lord today? For tomorrow, very well might be too
Great job, great job. Thank you so very much for that song, bro. I know it touched you. I know it did. I know it did. Hey, look, I appreciate you, man, more than you realize. Before I leave, what I want to do, I'll bring the whole cast back up. Come on, everyone. I just want you to remember, the play is October. I done went to October. That's my birthday.
Next play.
That's my birthday. The play is August the 26th at Shiloh Church, 5300 North Main Street, or Philadelphia, Maine. The first show is Friday night, 7 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. Second show is Saturday. That's the 4 o'clock show. Doors open at 2. We got vendors. We got all kinds of different little things that's going on. One thing that I do want to let you know ahead of time, you cannot do any videotaping. You can't do no live streaming, no Facebook stuff. You can't do none of that stuff. So I'm just warning you ahead of time. We'll warn you again at the show. And if you do it, we'll warn you. If you continue to do it, we'll have to actually leave, whether you paid or not. But we want to let you know that I can't give out any ticket prices and stuff like that because where we're at. But if you need to know more information, you can call 937-401-0585 for ticket information. So I'd like to thank all of you for coming on and doing a great job today on You Don't Know My Story, Sundays at 4 p.m., Thursday morning at 10 a.m. If you ever want to come on my show, you could call 937-401-0585. That's You Don't Know My Story. My name is Cortez Jackson Jr. I am the host of the show. We'll see you when I see you.
Some people have seen where God has brought you from. You don't really understand it. They don't know your story.
Make a Star Productions presents The Pandemic, the stage play, in memory of Sharon Johnson. Beautifully scripted with an all-star cast, this is one event you don't want to miss. With both VIP and general admission tickets on sale, buy one get one free, you can buy your ticket and invite a friend too. So don't miss out on such a star-studded event. With showings on both August 26th and August 27th, you should probably go get your tickets today before they're all sold out. For ticket information, please call 937-401-0585 or 937-717-1748. This event will be held at Shiloh Church at 5300 Philadelphia Drive in Dayton, Ohio. Make a Star Productions presents The Pandemic, the stage play. Hope to see your face in the place.